A lot. They're gonna love you a lot.
Success! Pudding!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the man we've all been waiting for. And waiting for. That man is Marcus the Motivator.
This episode has so much value in it, we had to split it over 2 parts. This is part 2. So, what has the hospitality industry given you back personally? Like what have you felt? What do you feel you have achieved from the last 20 years of working in hospitality from Cafe Black?
What do you mean, like money wise?
Not just
money wise. I've made bloody good income.
Yep.
I've made a lot of money.
Yep.
But I've worked hard for that money, so it has given me, well, everything really, hasn't it?
So so now obviously after the Albion, you're obviously pretty comfortable and financially stable, but you have worked very hard for that. Obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
Is there anything else that, like, just personal? How much personal, like, satisfaction? What personally have you gained?
It is very rewarding, and it's set me up for life, I suppose, hasn't it? Really.
Yeah.
But it hasn't come easy, It hasn't. It's been a lot of, it's been fun along the way.
Yep.
But it's that constant. Yeah.
So
responsibility.
So there's that responsibility. There's
no sort of like, even as you know, we were closed for 1 or 2 weeks at Warrandyte for 8 years. That's the only annual leave I had. That's it, forced then. There's sort of, there's no sick days. I can't just phone up sick or I'm not turning up. I was there.
Yep.
All the time. It's a different sort of responsibility. But when it's yours, you've got a different sort of way of thinking anyway.
So suddenly when you go from being an employee to having a business that is all you and it's all about you, how does the mindset change?
You're going back to Cafe Black?
Well, whether it's Cafe Black or Warrandyte Retreat or the Albion, how did the mindset change?
Well, you've got to be responsible. You've got to be a responsible person.
Yep.
Because it's not only myself that I look after. I've got to look after all the staff as well, and the business. You've just got to be You've got to be aware of everything. I suppose you have to be, and that's just it.
Do you get so when you go from being, say, that employee, having that employee mindset?
I've haven't been an employee for a long time. Remember that. So it's
hard
years ago.
for you. So you can't.
It's hard for me to sort of think.
You're now obviously in the mindset where you're doing things. Obviously, you're running your own businesses for yourself.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy what you're able to give to others when you're employing someone else?
Yeah. It's very, very rewarding. And it's good to be your own boss.
Yeah.
It's good to, not that I don't care if I had a boss telling me what to do. It's just good to be your own boss and in control and do things how you want to do it.
So,
and do what you believe is right. And I've always done that. I believe what I've done is right in business and doing it.
So tell us about, like, how you feel when you being the boss and in charge of it. How does that make you feel, knowing that you have the control, you have the freedom, although with the freedom comes the responsibility, obviously.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
How does that make you feel?
It's great. I enjoy it. Yeah, I always have, but I've learned to enjoy it. It didn't just come. I've learned over the past 10 years. I've learned to just enjoy it.
Is that something?
And it's just part of. That's what I am. I am.
Is that something that you say probably appreciate now more a lot more now that
Yes.
you've been through the experience?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Versus when you were starting.
When I was starting out, I thought,
starting out.
Yep. And I know I won't say I'm lucky, but I know I'm fortunate
Yep.
to be able to do it and know what to do. You know.
So, do you think, like, for the people out there who want to start, whether it's in hospitality just or business in general, are there any magic secrets or anything that you think you could tell the people out there that, for those who want to start their own business, whatever it may be,
Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be in hospitality. It can be whatever. You've just got to have the right attitude, be grounded, be focused, and just be mindful. It's as simple as that. And crawl before you run, crawl before you walk, that sort of thing. Don't go sort of too big and I'm going to do this and da-da-da-da. Baby steps, learn. And that's what I did. You just start small, you move up, you move up, you move up. You know, and if you make mistakes, like all of us do, all of us in business, we've all made mistakes. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. You learn. As long as you learn and you adjust and you fix. And that's it.
So, as you said, crawl before you walk.
Definitely.
Is that based on the experience you had going from starting out?
Because I've seen a lot of people come and go, even bosses and all that in people in the industry who think too big.
Yep.
They think too big and too arrogant, and it's all about ego, and they're the people that fail. So definitely, they're the people that fail.
Because you think they've just gone, they're they're putting too much too quickly on the line.
Or they're thinking
and
too big. Yep. Not even putting. Yeah, they're just thinking too big, and it's all about rah for ego rather than about
putting in the time, the effort, getting the experience to build themselves up. So obviously, I think you've had that. You clearly had that comes out in the experience you've had going from starting as a chef, then going on to a small cafe, then a larger restaurant.
It's never been about ego for me though. It's never been about, even though it's good, I enjoy it. It's not about ego. Well, I do this and I do that. I very rarely tell people that I own this or that. You know, if I'm in this, I'll just say I'm a chef. Normally, I don't actually tell people what I do. You know, it's just I do it. For the enjoyment, I just do it because that's just what I do.
So you've obviously been wonderfully successful at what you've done over the last 15, 20 years. And as you said before, ego can get in the way of some people
Especially
sometimes.
Especially in this industry, it can. Yeah, it can.
How much...
No, it does. It does. I've seen it. I've seen ego getting in the way, and I can see it. You can just, shouldn't.
How big of a problem do you think being so wrapped up and having such a big ego, how much of a problem do you think that can actually be?
In hospitality, a massive problem. Yeah, because you have to actually warm to the people. You've got to have people skills. You've got to learn that. You can't be just, here I am, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Because people don't really care at the end of the day. In hospitality, they don't care, you know.
Yeah.
But just start small, learn, and and you'll get rewarded if you do it that way. I couldn't have gone to bloody TAFE or business courses in uni to learn what I've learned.
Yeah. It's one of those things.
It's one of those things you just have to get in there.
You need to get out there, do it,
and deal with people, and deal with suppliers, and deal with landlords, and deal with it, and just
It's pretty.
It is. It's and that's what it is.
Well, a lot of people unfortunately don't understand that.
They don't. They think, you have to do this. You have to go to uni. You have to, you don't. Most successful people haven't.
Yeah.
And that's all the big they've learned. They've gone out there. Even bloody Lindsay Fox. Learning a truck driver.
Yeah.
And started delivering milk.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm anything like that. I'm nothing like that. I'm just saying, but you just learn. And if you want to do it,
you end up you just do it.
Yeah. You will do it.
That's it.
And that's
That's what ends up becoming how you end up becoming.
And as
such
I say,
success.
I never stop learning. never stop learning, and I never stop listening to people as well.
I think that's one of the most important things is that if you stop learning, then that's when things start going backwards. Like
Yep, definitely.
If you have the mindset of not wanting to learn anything anymore, and that's when things start going back. That's when things start going pretty bad.
And staff is a very important thing, which we didn't touch on. Staff, having the right staff behind you to back you up.
Yeah.
And I learnt that as well. Learned how to treat staff, how to talk to staff, how to get the best out of staff without being, over the top. Staff is the biggest thing in business.
Learning those people management skills. Yeah. How much of that was just experience more than anything else? Those people management
I had to learn.
skills.
I had to learn.
Like you can't learn. I don't think it's possible to learn in a book.
Not in a book. Definitely not in a book.
People,
you have to be able to
deal with people.
Yeah, because everybody's different. Everyone's got their own personality, their own way, and you have to know how to treat individual staff. And I had 15 staff at the pub and at the Albion, and I had to learn all the different personalities, and get the best out of them, And I always made my businesses more like a family sort of a thing where, and I'd rather keep staff for a long time, which I did, long-term staff, rather than turning them over because of arrogance and da-da-da-da-da, do this, do that, da-da-da. It doesn't work that way,
Do you think having those staff for a longer period of time, do you think you got much more out of those people who hung around for a bit more as well?
Definitely. I had my chef, well, as I say, I've had, Ryan for a long time.
Yep.
He's not with me now, but, my Tim from nearly day one at the pub, 6 years. All my staff, even my manager, 4 years, who backed me up. Long-term staff is the key, definitely. And that's, you look after them, they'll look after you.
Yeah,
and you've got to learn that. You've got to,
I suppose those relationships you have with your staff and the people who you have helping work with you to achieve the goals you want to achieve, like.
Yeah, it does.
They're there to help you. So I suppose one of the things you probably learnt was, well, I want to support this person and give them the best chance to do the best they can, so that they can actually help me, so that they can help you achieve your goals.
Yes. And then it makes everything easier.
Yeah.
Everything easier. So, a good working environment it makes it good to get out and go to work.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there for bloody, 10 hours. You want to have a good time.
Yeah.
You want to enjoy who you're working with and what you're working there for. You don't want to be, and that's part of getting that right staff mix where everyone's, and it's not just me with the staff, it's with the staff with the other staff. It's all working, and I've got to create that. I had to learn how to get it all syncing.
I suppose for yourself as well, you wanted to learn that. You wanted to obviously have, because you run your own business and you're in it all the time, you obviously want to have people you enjoy being around for such a long time as well.
Exactly. If I'm there, for 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day on a Saturday night, I've got to enjoy the people I'm with as well.
Yeah.
And that's where you've got to look for the right sort of people, and the good people. They back me up, I'll back them up.
How much of a challenge can it actually be to find those right type of people?
Look, it can be a challenge, but you've just got to know what question to ask when you interview them. And when people come in for an interview, I can sit them down. I can actually sum them up without even looking at their resume.
Yeah.
I would actually just have a bit of a look at it. And when I actually look, I don't actually read it. I'll actually speak with them direct. Yeah. And I remember your interview. I remember when we had our interview on the couch. Remember that? Yeah. You had a bit of paper. I remember I sat there at the front. I remember it.
For everyone who knows, I worked for Matt at Warrandyte Retreat for a period of about 5 or 6 years.
Yes.
And a lot of the things that I've learnt that I try and help you guys with is thanks to this man sitting across from here. So a lot of working those Friday nights, Saturday nights, whether it was just
Sunday lunches,
Sunday lunch, whatever it was a lot of the things that I learnt, and a lot of the things that we learnt, a lot of the things that I teach you guys is thanks to the experiences that we had together doing sometimes just stuff you just don't even just realise and dream of. You just don't even think it's going to happen. So sometimes the chaos of running a restaurant when there's 70 or 80 people in one night and it's just two people, there's just two of you trying to serve that. It was,
but we got through it. We really got through it, and it was good.
I think those are the kind of experiences that when you go, wow, I've actually achieved something here. Well, everything ends up being so much easier going forward from that. So
I agree. Yeah. And even at the last business, there was not one sort of shift there or day there where I can think, what have I done? It was good. Yeah. And it's because of the staff as well.
Yeah.
Everything works. But if you want something, if you're going to do it, just do it.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. People will say, no. A lot of people say, don't do it, too risky, competition, or what about that, what about that. You've got to have confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that people don't see, and that's getting back to, without being cocky, you've still got to have confidence in yourself and your own abilities.
How much of confidence...
You have to have a lot of confidence. You have to have a lot of confidence. But like for me, going to buy a hotel by myself, I don't have a business partner.
Yeah.
I don't have a silent partner or anything. It's all myself. For me to go in by myself and say, here it is, I want to buy that, and signing and you've got to have that confidence. Well, I can do this. You can't be sort of, oh my God, should I do this or what? You've got to actually say, right, I've done it. I know what I'm doing. Now I'm going to make it work.
How much self-confidence?
You have to. But amazing amount of self-confidence.
But do you think that self-confidence, because I think that's one of the things a lot of people struggle now more than anything else with. Where do you think that self-confidence actually comes from?
Well, being confident with the experience that I have.
So it's having the experience. So it's having the experience in the first place.
Yeah, it's the experience in my industry.
Yeah.
And that's from kitchen to front of house to running. You've got to have that experience here. And
I think
it's everything.
I think the experience and putting yourself out there in the first place to actually and going, yes, let's actually do this. As you said before, mistakes will happen. But it's just...
At Black, I made a lot of mistakes, but it was learning. And they weren't massive mistakes where it was... But you just learn different things. You learn what you can and can't do, and you learn quickly. When you're in there and you learn quickly. You have to. And that's the thing about having that right attitude. As I said, you have to learn. You've just got to... Yeah, because a lot of people go in, no way, I'm the boss, my way. You've just got to say, yep. You've got to be flexible. Yeah. Have to be flexible. And right up until I was flexible, and right up until I sold the business 5 weeks ago, I was still open to everything.
Yeah. It's just, I think having that flexibility, having that confidence in yourself to know that, well, I know I can always change, make small changes along the way.
Yeah.
I think...
And if things don't work in business, change.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. Change. You can change the menu. You can change your supplies. You can change your staff. Just be open to what customers are telling you as well. If things aren't right, might be right in your eyes.
Yeah.
Listen to other people, what they are saying.
Be
mindful.
I think one of the other things a lot of people struggle with is being able to change because they get really comfortable.
They do get comfortable, and
they get really comfortable.
Yeah, and also a business is a possession.
Yeah,
you own that business. It is yours. It is your business, but you're also in with any business. You're in the public eye.
Yeah.
You own the business, but it's the public that sees that business.
Yeah.
And you have to give what the public want, and that's what I'm saying. Got to be flexible. Yeah.
I think that's one
where
of the things.
It's difficult. It's a difficult thing to sort of feel like I own it, but you've got to give what people want.
You've got to give people what they want. You've got to be flexible. You've got to want to keep changing and moving and adapting
You have
all
to
the time.
adapt. Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people struggle is they don't want to. They struggle with wanting to challenge themselves and put themselves out there and go, well, let's try this and change the things.
Yeah. But even with the last business, I learned a hell of a lot by even having a simple thing like, believe it or not, a website.
Yeah.
You know, at Warrandyte, for 8 years, I did not even have a website. I was not on Facebook.
Yeah.
I didn't know the internet advertising, what the internet can do.
Yeah.
And Warrandyte was so successful. It was so bloody busy.
Yeah.
You know, with all my deals and all that, the local town. Imagine if I'd actually put it on the internet.
Yeah.
I would have been, boomed absolutely even more.
Yeah.
I didn't need it, but I learnt from, even at the pub 6 years ago, I learnt website, all this sort of stuff, and
so it's just one of those things with adapting and changing and just keeping up with what's going
Definitely.
on. So
having a Facebook page, even simple as that. If I had even a Facebook page at Warrandyte and learned how to, network that, imagine it.
Yeah, it could have been something that, but as you said,
I didn't even have Facebook then. I didn't even have Facebook.
I think it was one of those things that at the time, businesses weren't too sure about how to challenge, like what social media was, and like the benefits that it could. But I think a lot of businesses now understand that having some sort of online presence and social media presence is actually really important and important.
It is so important.
And is a big way to actually connect with their customers and their clients.
Yeah. But I only learned that 5 or 6 years ago. And I'd been in business a long time before that.
Yeah.
So it's something that I learnt recently, believe it or not. And it's weird, but
there you go. You're still learning things. Still learning.
Yeah. So you've just got to keep up to date with things, and learn. And that's the beauty of it. And there's But if people have got anything like, I know it's not on air now, but if people really have got something they want to do, just actually do it. Have confidence and actually get out and do it.
Yeah.
And the sooner the better. Yeah. There's no point in saying I'm going to do this one day, and I'd love to do that. Oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, I might do it. Do it. Just actually get out there and do it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And give it a go. And if you have fun along the way, learn. You've won. Yeah. You've won in everything, haven't you?
Yeah. I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more with what you just said. Then, like, it's
because have fun and enjoy it and reap the rewards. And if you enjoy what you're doing, the rewards will come. Yeah. The financial thing will come.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that. It really is really simple.
Yeah.
Because so many people hate their job. So many people, it becomes a chore. It becomes just they hate it.
Yeah.
I would never ever want to be one of those people.
Yeah.
Never. Get out of bed, got to do this, not me. You've got to enjoy what you're going to do.
You got to wake up every day wanting to enjoy enjoy life and enjoy what you do.
You do. Yeah, and that if you find something you're going to do, enjoy doing, do it.
Yeah.
And the money will come.
Yeah, I think
regardless of what it is, whatever businesses are so. There's that many different sort of things. The money will come if you enjoy it and make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the only person that is stopping you is yourself. It's only yourself.
Yeah, couldn't agree more with that. So.
Yeah, you're in control of yourself, what you do. And if you want something...
You got to go out there and get it yourself.
And do it. And what better time is actually... tomorrow. Start tomorrow.
Yeah. Starting now.
Sleep on it and start tomorrow.
Start tomorrow.
Seriously.
Get on whatever it is you want to do.
Whatever it is,
get on the
start
process of just starting it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like,
not next week, not in the new year,
No,
not when I do a course,
Start
not when I
and-
look into it. Actually, just do it.
just do it. Yeah.
And yeah, and if you're passionate, you'll succeed.
Yeah, if you have passion, then I think one of the things, if you have passion, then you have drive to want to do it and get
Yeah.
out of bed every day and do it and keep achieving, going towards the things that you actually want to achieve. So,
Out of doubt.
it's more. All right, how much more content?